And John chapter 6 is an interesting story there about Jesus being the source that delivers us from fear. Let me tell you a little bit about this passage before we read it. Jesus had been on one side of the Sea of Galilee with his disciples, and they'd been ministering there, and Jesus wanted to go to the mountainside and pray, and so he puts his disciples in the boat and says, go across to the other side. In essence, he's going to meet them later. And so they get in the boat by themselves to cross over the Sea of Galilee. And they're in the water when it's turned to dark outside, late in the evening. It's dark there, and of course, a storm breaks out as you read that story in John chapter 6. And in the midst of the storm, the waves are tossing that little boat about, and the waves are breaking over the bow of the boat, and the wind is blowing, and they're very much afraid. And to add to their fear, they see something coming toward them on the water, and they're not quite sure what it is. One of the gospel writers said they thought it was a ghost. And so if you're shaken up by the storm on the Sea of Galilee, and then you think you're seeing a ghost, that just takes your fear to a whole nother level. Okay. So they're very worried and they're very afraid, but as that being approached them, they realized that it wasn't a ghost after all. It was Jesus. And I want you to notice what he said to them in the midst of their worry, in the midst of their fear. He said to them, "It is I, don't be afraid." Dear ones, I would hope and pray that you could hear Jesus saying to you today, "Don't be afraid, little flock." And it would be my prayer that you would hear Jesus saying to you today, "It is I, don't be afraid."